You ready, Madam Clerk?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and call this regular meeting of the East Peoria City Council to order. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Decker?
Here.
Hill?
Here.
Mingus?
Here.
Sutherland?
Here.
Mayor Call?
Here.
All present, Your Honor.
Thank you. Please rise for the invocation. Remain standing for the pledge.
Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and every day that you give us. Tonight, let's recognize the steady progress of our city. We take pride in the growth of our local businesses, the beauty of our parks and neighborhoods, and the strength of our community ties. Each step forward is a reminder of what we can achieve when we work as one. Let us all look forward to our city's incredible potential. There are still many opportunities to grow and improve. May the members of this council be guided by wisdom, fairness, and deep respect for all residents. May the decisions made in this room unlock new possibilities for everyone who calls our city home. In your name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the minutes, please.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the minutes of the regular meeting held on June 2nd, 2026 be approved as printed.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried. All right, under communication, I do have one proclamation this evening. Whereas the citizens of this nation live in freedom won through the great sacrifice and many tribulations which have provided the foundation for a free, prosperous, and independent life. And whereas each generation in turn must work to maintain this freedom, otherwise through carelessness or indifference, the rights and liberties enjoyed may vanish. And whereas it is fitting and proper to recognize this freedom and to honor the nation which provides it. And now, therefore, I, John P. Call, Mayor of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, urge all citizens to express gratitude for the privilege of American citizenship with appropriate celebrations for America's 250th birthday and observances on the 4th of July, Independence Day. And all those that know will be participating in Red, White, and Boom and 250 years of American independence. So we encourage everyone to join us on the riverfront once again for this state's largest fireworks display. And with that, I'd seek public comment. If you're here to talk about an agenda item, feel free to step forward to the podium. Anybody? I'm seeing no one. Commissioner Hill?
Okay. Mr. Mayor, I move to adopt a consent agenda consisting of items numbered 1 through 10. Item number 1, adoption of resolution number 2627-033, resolution to approve payment of the schedule of bills listed on schedule number 3 in the amount of $3,390,518.13. Item number 2, adoption of resolution number 2627-024 on second reading, resolution accepting lowest responsible bid from Autobahn Company, Inc. for the Conference Center Drive Sidewalk Improvement Project. Item number 3, adoption of resolution number 2627-023 on second reading, resolution approving Fifth Amendment to Master Service Agreement with Hare Construction, Inc. for water main installation service during 2026 and 2027 fiscal year. Item number 4, adoption of resolution number 2627-015 on second reading, resolution authorizing and approving the upfitting of the new water service truck with a service body by PAFCO Truck Bodies. Item number 5, adoption of resolution number 2627-016 on its second reading, resolution approving and accepting proposal from Foremost Industrial Technologies for the Centennial Water Treatment Plant Pumps Variable Frequency Drive Upgrade Project. Item number 6, adoption of resolution number 2627-017 on its second reading, resolution approving and accepting the proposal from Mauer Stutz, Inc. for the new water treatment plant groundwater development planning study project. Item number 7, adoption of resolution number 2627-018 on second reading, resolution authorizing and directing the payment of invoice from Core and Main LP for purchase of a pipe and for purchase of a pipe and materials for the emergency repair of water main located on Sabrina Drive in the amount of $18,065.40. Item number 8, adoption of resolution number 2627-019 on its second reading. Resolution approving the purchase of chemicals from Hawkins, Inc. for the city's wastewater department for the water and wastewater treatment plants for the fiscal year 2026 to 2027. Item number 9, approval of resolution number 27-025 on its second reading. Resolution approving the purchase of replacement water meters from Midwest Meter, Inc. for the city's water department for fiscal year 2026-2027. Item number 10, adoption of resolution number 2627-021 on its second reading. Resolution approving a contribution of $15,000 for red, white, and boom July 4th fireworks, as listed on the agenda for this meeting to be considered by omnibus vote.
May I have a second, please? Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker? Hill?
Aye.
Mingus? Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that items numbered 1 through 10 listed on the consent agenda be hereby approved and adopted, and items numbered 2 through 10 having been read once by their title and having laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection be adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please? Second. Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker? Hill?
Aye.
Mingus? Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4911 hereto attached, an ordinance extending authorization to Ameren, Illinois to construct, operate, and maintain an electric utility system be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please? Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
What we have in front of us tonight, and this ordinance and the next one are the same or interrelated, and that's something we call a franchise agreement between the utilities to give them the right to work in our right-of-way area in our city. And obviously, they provide important services to all our residents. They are the means of bringing electric and gas to our homes. And so we've worked out periodically this franchise agreement, and we've come to an agreement with Ameren that there's a 20-year lease or a franchise agreement, and we do receive money on an annual basis. Let's see, which one I have here. This one is for our electric, and that would be $179,260 annually in 4 quarterly payments. So again, it's an agreement that we have. Part of that agreement irons out the details of the responsibilities of the parties, and one of those is, I'm called reclaiming or repairing the surfaces that may be disturbed when they're doing their work. And I know myself pretty well because they've dug in my yard 1 year for electric and dug in the next year for the gas. And so the repair work, and as the mayor would know, even in that case, there was gas leaks, and they cut into the surface of a road. So those requirements for reporting are outlined in this agreement, and I recommend it for approval.
Yeah, this has been over 2 years in the making, so appreciate the work on this, Scott, you and your team, and Ty and the others on staff that have been involved in this lengthy process. So finally, breakthrough. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus? Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4912 hereto attach, an ordinance extending authorization to Ameren, Illinois to construct, operate, and maintain a gas utility system be accepted on its first reading as read by the title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Okay, same as the last one. This one is for gas, and in this amount we get $85,555 annually. And again, it spells out the details of our agreement, reporting, permitting, et cetera.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker? Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance 4913, here to attach an ordinance authorizing a special use for outdoor vehicle parking for property located at 408 Riverside Drive in the city of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois. Be accepted on its first reading is read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
This is a petition by Ashley Epley of Level Up Gardening LLC. The background here is there's U-Hauls that are positioned really closer to Smokin' Notes barbecue, at least it was when I've been down there. And it's interesting that this case has come up in front of us, but in one way, because I've been looking at them and thinking how these vehicles, in my opinion, were obstructing my parking when I was trying to attend Smokin' Notes and our Mexican restaurant down there.
Lorena's.
Yeah, Lorena's. So, I've been looking at them for quite some time and having being connected with the Zoning Board of Appeals, I don't remember having permits for outside parking, or in this case, storage. And so, one way or the other, this one's in front of the board. It went to the ZBA. The meeting at the ZBA, they voted 3-1 to recommend the proposal. And the thing is here, the recommendation, it's not really viewed as a good position for a U-Haul rental to be run out of one of the stores at the gardening store. And so the recommendation in front of you tonight is not to deny the U-Haul vehicles to be stored at this location for that purpose.
Very good. Open it up for discussion.
Yeah, Mayor, I have a problem with this. It was brought to me, I can't remember, a couple months ago, about the congestion there. And just looking at the pictures, I mean, it is very, we know those lots always to be very congested. There's the median in the middle, so it takes up a lot of space. I don't know if it's possible for an agreement to be made, maybe probably not with Lowe's, but I think that would be a much better suitable potential place to have the trucks. But I've got a problem with this. I know that it's difficult. There's not a lot of space. Not only do we have Lorena's, we have the marijuana facility. Texas Roadhouse is always extremely busy, and we're hoping Smoking Notes, their business takes off as like a restaurant would. And so I'm not going to support this evening.
Very good. Any other discussion?
Just clarification, Commissioner, vote aye is to deny it, correct? If I read that
The
correctly.
recommendation in front of us is to deny.
I read that wrong.
That's how I read it
Yeah.
earlier today when I was reviewing.
Ty, you want to weigh in? Just for clarification, so they understand.
Yeah, so the recommendation is to deny.
Yeah.
Scott can speak to
So
that.
a vote tonight to, if you wanted to deny this, would be a no vote, because it's being presented for approval.
That's what I thought.
So
okay.
you'd
The
want
way
to
I
vote.
read it,
Okay.
it's being presented.
It's put in the
as
positive.
approving.
Because
The
it came
staff
to this.
recommendation
yes.
is to deny it.
Yeah, staff recommendation, but it's coming to you.
From the ZBA.
From the ZBA on a recommended
That's why I
yes.
was
So.
Yeah. Okay.
asking for
So I'm
clarification.
glad.
So,
you
good,
asked that,
yeah, I will not be supporting.
Because that's not the.
Well, I'm going to throw my 2 bits in here because I'm not even so sure that the city should have the right to say who's sitting in a parking lot or not. And I know that people that want to control your world with zoning and stuff will argue with me till the cows come home. But I'm always been a property rights advocate, and if nobody else there in that area is complaining about it, and they didn't go, and they're not here, I don't think, they didn't say anything earlier, then I don't understand why we're getting involved until there's a problem. Because if you take a look at East Peoria, the cars and stuff that are parked there overnight to do with food delivery, to do with letting somebody sell a car out front in your parking lot, because you already can't set a car for sale on the grass. It's got to be on rock or asphalt or concrete. I don't have a problem with denying this if people would come forward, but it's really up to the owners whether they want to do this, because you can't have two cooks in a kitchen. So the owners can give them permission, we can deny it, or the owners can deny it and then we give them permission to override the owners? That's a gray area. I'm not gonna, I think they should be able to park their trucks there if they want, as long as the owner allows it. Okay.
Could I ask another clarifying question on that point, Commissioner? So, Ty, maybe this would be a question for you, because I think Commissioner has a good point. If he wanted to have U-Hauls on his property on his store, would he have to get permission from the city to do that?
So the display and storage of these units, yes, requires a special use.
Okay. So anybody who has U-Hauls gets it,
Correct.
would have to get that special use?
You know, and like anything else, you know, our ordinances are written to, you know, protect the overall benefit of everybody. And in this particular case, was there a complaint or was it?
Yes, it was initiated by a complaint.
Okay. So, you know, again, to keep order within our city and not have a free-for-all, our ordinances are there hopefully in the benefit. Now, with that being said, that ZBA process is there to listen and take into consideration the differences in the conditions. You know, an example might be you want to build something closer to the house or to the property line, and because there's a ravine, they allow you to move it a little closer. But, you know, in this particular case, the ZBA may or may not even always pay attention to the ordinances that are there and there for good reason, and so that gives us the ultimate say on this final, that in this particular case, having the U-Hauls and really they're adversely, I've experienced it trying to park next to them, adversely affecting smoke and notes is parking, because that's where the U-Hauls have always been since I've noticed them. So in this particular case, it doesn't make sense that those vehicles are in no way associated with the business that's renting them, that they should be in this parking lot.
Well, I'm going to argue my point one more time. I don't think it's any of our business.
Okay?
Because that is a private ran organization. They have 2 or 3 parking spaces that nobody can park into because of the slushy place, whatever it's called, and they're always empty because they have a drive-through. So if there's not room to park, then take those no parking signs down to where no one ever parks. It's crazy what we're doing. So, but yeah, I'm done.
Okay, now that they've all weighed in, I'm going to weigh in. Here's what a lot of people don't understand sitting where we sit here. And Commissioner, to that point, saying if nobody complains, here's the problem. They're not going to go complain to the gentleman that has these out in the parking lot. They're going to call the city and complain. No different than several years ago, we had to intervene between 2 of the businesses down there over parking. And I can tell you the previous owner just kind of left it up to the city to sort it out, which puts us in a bad spot. We're often the ones that have to be the bad guy and deliver the bad news. For me personally, if this was the Lowe's parking lot where you had ample parking for all 7 businesses or however many in this little strip area down there, it'd be a non-issue. But the parking is limited. And for that reason, I will not be supporting this evening.
Can I ask one more question, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Was the complaint, I know, Ty, you're not going to say who it was, but was it from another business down there that was impeding parking for their business?
No, I don't know that it came from them. It was somebody that observed it going down there trying to park.
So it was from a customer,
Resident,
not
yeah,
necessarily
customer.
Patron.
patron. Yeah, that's
And it wasn't just one complaint.
Yeah.
So I'll state that for the record. Anyway, any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
No.
Hill?
No.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
No.
I have 3 noes and 2 ayes, Your
Very
Honor.
good. Motion failed.
Mr. Mayor, I move you that ordinance number 4914 here to attach an ordinance amending building regulations in Title IV of the East Peoria City Code governing swimming pools to clarify variance and special use requirements be read at length by the clerk, and that said ordinance number 4909 be accepted on its first reading and be hereby adopted as presented.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Madam Clerk?
Whereas the City of East Peoria regulates the construction and locations of swimming pools on all residential property and in other zoning districts throughout the city under Chapter 8 of Title 4 of the East Peoria City Code, the swimming pool regulations, and whereas the swimming pool regulations do not clearly provide a process for reviewing requests from a property owner to seek a deviation or noncompliance with requirements established in the swimming pool regulations when constructing or installing a swimming pool, nor do the swimming pool regulations clearly identify what types of deviations or noncompliance can be requested by a property owner, whereas city officials have determined that such property owners' requests for a deviation or noncompliance with requirements established in the swimming pool regulations are best handled in the same manner that variances and special uses are requested and reviewed under the city's zoning regulations. And whereas after holding a public hearing on June 8, 2026, pursuant to duly published notice, the East Peoria Zoning Board of Appeals has recommended approval of the proposed amendment to the city's swimming pool regulations for addressing any requested deviation or noncompliance of the swimming pool regulations as set forth herein. And whereas the City Council finds that adoption of the proposed amendments to the city swimming pool regulations as set forth herein will serve the best interest and the public good of the City of East Peoria and its citizens, now therefore be it ordained by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Tazewell County, Illinois, that Section 1.6 of Title 5, Chapter 8 of the East Peoria City Code is hereby deleted in its entirety and replaced as follows. 4-8-1.6 Variances and Special Uses. Only items identified in the Section 4-8-1.6 are eligible for consideration of a variance or special use. A. Variances. If an applicant is unable to meet or follow the requirements set forth in subsection 4-8-2.24, subsection 4-8-3.1A, or subsection 4-8-3.4A, the applicant may apply for a variance to reduce fence height or setbacks with the Zoning Board of Appeals in compliance with the variation provisions of the zoning code found at section 5-12-7. Special uses. If an applicant is unable to meet or follow the requirements set forth in subsection 4-8-2.25B, subsection 4-8-2.25C, or subsection 4-8-3.1E, the applicant may apply for a special use with the Zoning Board of Appeals in compliance with the special use provisions of the zoning regulations found at section 5-12-10. Section 2, this ordinance is hereby ordered to be published in pamphlet form by the East Peoria City Clerk. Said clerk is ordered to keep at least 3 copies hereof available for public inspection in the future in accordance with the Illinois Municipal Code. Section 3, this ordinance is in addition to all other ordinances on the subject and shall be construed therewith excepting as to that part in direct conflict with any other ordinance, and in the event of such conflict, the provisions hereof shall govern. Section 4, if any section, paragraph, clause, or provision of this ordinance shall be held invalid, the invalidity of such section, paragraph, clause, or provision shall not affect any of the other provisions of this ordinance. Section 5, this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after its passage, approval, and 10-day period of publication in the manner provided by law.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Just a couple comments, because really the key here was it wasn't as clear as it should be on what could be asked for as a variance and what could or should be asked for under a special use. And I'll turn it over to Ty to give some more background on what drove this.
Yeah, right now, the code language is just very generic, and it just speaks to if they can't comply with the specific land use provision, then it can be, a waiver can be requested. In the case here, the proposal is to provide specific examples. These are things that can be requested for a variance. These are things that can be requested for a special use. It's good both for residents looking to place a pool, or if they have questions or concerns about it. And it's also good on the staff side too, because it gives very specific, here's what's available for a variance or for a special use.
Okay, thanks, Ty.
Thank you.
Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Okay, be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-027, resolution approving addendum to cleaning services contract with PhD Services for city buildings to include new police station be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-027 be accepted on its first reading as read by the title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you. Commissioner Mingus?
All right, so we're amending our PhD Services, does our cleaning in our city facilities, and we're going to be bringing online the new police station, which is not currently covered. So amending that was what we're doing here, and what I was looking for is the cost of amending is $5,998.52 per month. But one thing to note is when the old police station is vacated, I believe the intent is to adjust that contract down.
No, that is the modified, so that is the modified difference between the two of them, because fire doesn't require the cleaning services, and they'll be occupying that space. So this is the cleaning services that will be performed for the new police station, which is 37,000 square feet.
Okay.
There should be a reduction. This is, we reduced, they had 2 staff members proposed, 2 full-time. We pared it back to.
That's what I'm saying.
staff
This
and-
is not what was originally.
Correct. But
We had already
when
reduced.
police are finally out of the public safety completely, fire is going to take that over. And so that's no longer going to be a part of the cleaning contract. It's a reduction, it's a slight reduction, but it will result in a reduction in the overall monthly cost outlay for the cleaning services.
And this is through December 31st of this year. So we're going to be revisiting the cleaning contract at the end of this year. But that's a good question. I didn't realize that. I thought it was already offset in that amount.
What's the
Any-
most recent thought, Mayor, when the building's going to be open?
The police just sent out a press release today that they're going to be operating out of the new station next Monday.
Awesome, okay.
Monday?
I know there's still stuff that needs to be completed in
Sure.
there, but I got
looks
wind of
great.
their press release.
Looks
So,
great.
Yeah. Anyway, any discussion? Hearing none, roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-028, resolution approving purchase and installation of mini-split HVAC units from Standard Heating and Cooling for Bass Pro Building be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-028 be accepted on its first reading, as read by its title, and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Well, if you don't know, we own the Bass Pro Building, and in this particular case, the HVAC units up there are in the 15th year. And so with that being said, they need to some of them need to be replaced, and so the request is to replace 6 mini-split units. 2 bids were received, one from Montefusco Mechanical for $46,900, and the other one was Standard Heating and Cooling for $35,485, and the recommendation is to award the project to Standard Heating and Cooling for that amount.
And just for the record, these are TIF-eligible expenses. Any discussion?
Yes. How
Fire
much
away.
longer are we going to own this building?
It's our building, so forever.
So they'll never actually take it over themselves and assume responsibility for the building maintenance?
Not according to the lease agreement. Scott, anything you want to add to that?
I don't have much to add, Mayor. No, you're correct. I mean, there is not at the end of this lease, and it's a fairly
option.
long lease, there's not an option to purchase or anything that's contemplated. So I honestly don't, as I sit here, I don't know how long that lease is. I know it's fairly lengthy. But we're in your 15 years, it's,
I was thinking it was 20, isn't it?
It's a 20-year lease, and then there's options that extend it out 30 years.
right, that's right. So we're about halfway point.
Well, I've never been happy with us owning that building, because if they walk away, who's going to want to move into a Bass Pro building that looks like that? Because they have their own look and their own thing going, and I don't think anybody else is going to do that. Because of our contractual agreement, I'm going to vote yes on this, but grudgingly so.
Pretty sure we all feel the same way. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
Have all present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-029, resolution accepting and approving a low bid from City Coal and Asphalt for the Eastport Marina Parking Lot Improvement Project be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-029 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
Okay, again, if you don't know, we own the property, we own the marina, and there's 3 parking lots down in that marina, and they're in need of some repair, and so let's see, I don't think I had any other bids, so
We had multiple bids, but I don't see them in the packet,
Okay.
but this was the low bid that's in the packet.
and that total amount appears to be $64,845, let me see. Yeah. And so that's some various crack fill and seal and stripe, and there is one part of it that's going to be mill and overlay. But that's a pretty expansive lot, and sometimes our weather, especially the spring weather, and whether any water and ice and gets there, that I'm not sure how old it is, but it's definitely in need of repair.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
Your Honor, that completes it
All right,
for me.
Commissioner Hill, thank you, sir. Commissioner Decker.
I have nothing right now, Mayor.
Very good. Commissioner Sutherland.
I have one thing tonight, sir. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-032, resolution accepting proposal from Hart Technology, Inc. for the SCADA servers and appliance replacement project for the city's water and wastewater systems be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-032 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
I'm depending on people that are way smarter than me to decide whether this is needed at this point or not. I trust Cord immensely, and I guess he agrees with Heartland and the age of the system that this is necessary. I just don't know that much about computers and stuff. I'm not a techie person, and sorry. It's $84,409.20 to get the job completed, but that's not really set in stone. That's I don't know if that would be called an estimate or a bid, because they wrote in it that things could change because of certain reasons, and I understand that.
This is the server. It's reached its end of the useful life, if you will, so it does need replaced. That SCADA system is extremely critical for us, so much needed. Any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
That's
Thank
it
you.
tonight, sir, for
Motion
me.
carried. Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Mingus.
2 items tonight, Your Honor. First item, resolution number 2627-031. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that resolution number 2627-031, resolution approving intergovernmental agreement with Northern Tazewell Fire Protection District for service coverage from the East Peoria Fire Department be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-031 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Chief Zimmerman is here to go over maybe some of the details that I won't remember on this, but this is an agreement with Northern Tazewell Fire Department. It's also an agreement with Washington Fire Department. I won't go over their end of the agreement, but our end of the agreement is to take over. Northern Tazewell Fire Department is just disbanding, for lack of a better term, and they have asked Washington Fire Department and East Peoria Fire Department to take over their coverage areas. So our portion of that is about 45% of their coverage area, and we would be responding to fire and EMS calls there. We would be, so basically when they're disbanding, they're also disbanding their bank account, all of their machines, and basically everything, with the exception, Chief, you can put in, there's a small amount they're keeping in reserve. But what we would get out of this in year one would be $140,000. I think we get a brush truck, 2 fire engines, and then we would get 45% of their, or a little less because they're going to keep some of it back again in that reserve, but we would get 45% of their tax levy would then go to us for our service to respond to their calls. So Chief's here. I know he wanted to talk a little bit about the process. Chief, if I missed anything of the details, at least the important details of the agreement, please feel free to cover those.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioners. So they're going to keep $10,000 in their bank account. So they're going to become a paper district, very much like Gardenia Fire Protection District that we already service and we have since the 60s. Very good group of people up there. They just, like every other volunteer department around, they were not having any membership. And they pleaded with that community for several years. And I think when it finally came that they didn't have the numbers of staff that they needed, they had like 7 individuals and only 2 of them were trained. So over the last several months, Northern Tazewell's trustees and their fire chief, along with myself and Washington's fire department, have met on how we can take care of those citizens up there. What's the most efficient way to provide that service, provide a good service for those constituents up there. And essentially the summit, North Summit and Grange to 24, everything, if you were to cut their district, that then runs to about the 2300 block of Farmdale. If you go north and south, we will respond on the west side of that line, and then Washington will come to the east side of that line. Currently, prior to these discussions, Washington Fire Department was already providing an ambulance to that whole area and the few streets that are off Devron Circle and Dundee. So then we'll take those back over as well. So it's really, in my opinion, it's a win-win for all 3 communities, including the what will become the paper district, and they know that their citizens are going to get served. I mean, there were calls that were not even being answered. In most of those cases, we were responding up there anyway.
Yeah, and I just want to say for the record, this has been work in progress to bring this to fruition tonight. Northern Tazewell Fire Protection District, their board had to approve this. Washington has to approve it separate, and we approve it. But I think it's important to know we're already running these calls.
Correct.
So is
Even
Washington.
prior to any discussions,
Correct.
we were running these calls.
Yeah. So, any discussion?
I'd like to say, Mayor, watching everything unfold, I will say it seems like the fire departments got along well. The Washington Fire Department treated Northern Tazewell with careful hands, and so did East Peoria, because that's a touchy subject when a fire department allows their district to be run by somebody else. But those on the Northern Tazewell Fire Department recognize that with the current staffing, it was just impossible. So I think that I appreciate how the process unfolded. One question, I know, Chief, you've told me, but I can't remember. What's being done with the building? Is it being sold?
So the building itself is still owned by the Fire Protection District, and their plan is to sell it. And the last time I talked to Jim, who's, I believe, their chairman, or at least the spokesperson of their group, they've had several interested parties that just said, name the price and when it's available. They weren't going to do much until we approved our agreement here with the city, and Washington did the same. And to your point, those meetings, I attended at least 3 public forums at their firehouse, and those residents were able to come and ask questions that they got an answer to.
Very good.
Hadn't Washington already been running the ambulance service out of there? I thought a year or two
So
ago.
years ago, they had an ambulance there. Within the last 3 to 3.5 years, if my memory recalls, that ambulance transitioned back to Washington's main station, and it was responding to that district, but out of their station.
Okay, that's what I knew that they'd already, I thought, made an agreement ambulance-wise some time ago so the ambulance went back to Washington, but was servicing their calls.
Correct.
Very good. Any other discussion? Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Second item tonight, Your Honor, Resolution 2627-030. Be it resolved by the Council of the City of East Peoria, Illinois, that Resolution Number 2627-030, resolution authorizing contribution to the Peoria Area Convention and Visitors Bureau, Discover Peoria, be approved. Mr. Mayor, I move you that this resolution number 2627-030 be accepted on its first reading as read by its title and be laid on the table for no less than 1 week for public inspection.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. This one's pretty self-explanatory. This is our annual contribution of $25,000 to the Peoria Area Convention and Visitors Bureau. And I know we have Corey Brown sits
represents
on
us.
that board or represents us there. So $25,000 to Peoria Area Visitors Conventions Bureau.
Very good. Any discussion? Hearing none. Roll call?
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. Motion carried.
That's all I have now, Your Honor.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Public comment. Anyone wish to address the council? Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Carrie Alms, and I'm with the Illinois Valley Leather Guild, and Discover Peoria is working. So we've worked with Discover Peoria. We are members, we've been around since the 1960s, and we're members of the International Federation of Leather Guilds, which is leather guilds across the United States that has members that are from the U.S., Europe, and Asia. And every year they hold an annual show and competition, bringing leathersmiths to a different city and state. And we're very excited to say that we're coming to East Peoria in October. We will be there from October 6th to 11th. You'll be able to come and take classes from leathersmiths, some who have been doing leather crafting for over 50 years. There's a well-known leather smith, Jim Linnell out of Texas, who will be coming. And we're just really excited because the last time we hosted this was in 1968.
Wow.
So this is kind of a unicorn opportunity for the community, not only East Peoria, but the, all the counties around to come. On October the 10th from 10 to 5, our competition room will be open for free public viewing. So, and why that's important is I know a lot of times we think of leathersmithing as belts and saddles and all that kind of stuff, which is really great. Our theme is traditional meets modern, so it's all of that kind of stuff. Plus, you probably can't see it, and I'd be glad to show it to you afterwards. But is modern things like I don't know if you can see this. This is sculpture. This is looks like limestone being carved, but it's not. This is a shield. This is a 3D printed horse's head that's had all the leather molded to it. This is a dragon, and then this is a pirate ship completely made out of leather. And two of those last two artists are master leathersmiths, and they will be competing in the People's Choice Awards. So you'll get a ballot, and you'll be able to vote left or right. Whoever gets the most ballots will win. And they're going to do some type of antique weapon, so that could be any type of a weapon. So it's really exciting. And then a little bit later in September, we will have, we'll be opening it up for registration for youth classes to come, and they'll be able to take free classes and instruction from these leathersmiths that have been doing it for a very long time. We're opening it up in September because life is unpredictable and we don't want people to sign up and then not be able to come. So we're really excited. We hope that we'll see all of you there and that you'll tell your friends and family and that it will just be a grand experience for East Peoria. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you being here tonight, and you did a great job representing them.
Where in
so.
town is it going to be?
Yeah, where's it going to be at?
Is that the embassy?
Embassy Suites.
Embassy, okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else wish to address the council? Yes, ma'am.
City Council, Mayor Hay. I'm Pastor Marcia. I have a nonprofit organization in East Peoria called Celebrate Life. Site celebratelifeinpeoria.org. We must all unite together and strengthen the weak links of our city and make it a better, safe place to live. That's a part of my organization's purpose. Issues. Center turning lanes arrows are needed on Camp Street behind Walgreens at the drive-thru and on Washington Street behind Hardee's at the shopping center for safety, but I use them anyway. So does other people. Number 2, to enforce dogs to be on leashes and a limit of cats and dogs per household, such as 3. Otherwise, some people hoard them, and can't take care of them for safety. Number 3, on Pershing Place and Washington Street corner, a block from the high school, is an empty fenced-in lot. Would be a good place for a small playground or a dog park. This would be a good place, pardon me. Number 4, on the riverfront, the parking lot behind, it is a partly fenced-in lot and would be a good place for a playground. These will help make our city a better, safe place to live. Thanks for your time and what you do for our city. They appreciate it. Pardon me, it's the first time I've been in front of you.
That's
so
okay.
I'm nervous.
Hey, no, we get it.
Pardon me.
Well, thank you for being here tonight, and Ty's taking notes of your ideas there, so.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate
you.
you being here.
I've emailed y'all probably and stuff and bothered y'all on some issues. I apologize. When I get something in my head, I don't let it go. I got the in Peoria. I got the through Ronald McDonald House, through the Children's Hospital.
Sure.
I kept emailing her and bugging her, and I told them that we needed one. There's other issues that I've accomplished too around our community. So when I get something in my head, I don't leave it alone until it's done.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank
Pastor
you.
Marcia,
Thank
you.
I know that she has emailed before, and I know that, I can't remember what it was, but one of the suggestions
One of them
you-
was picnic tables on the riverfront,
Well,
but I know they're gone now.
There was a suggestion that was made that had to do with a state route. So some of the roadways, we do have like jurisdiction to put some things over, but sometimes it's a state route. And I believe I responded to that. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't think that
okay,
we
you
were
might have.
ignoring it.
So
Sorry.
with the picnic tables, I'll speak
Okay.
to that. Unfortunately, we can't have nice things anymore. People destroy them and vandalize them, and
That's what I thought too.
it was a
I know
constant-
they were there for a while,
it
but
was
now
a
they're gone.
constant battle, and it was
Yeah, I
attracting the
know.
wrong people.
That makes it bad anymore.
It's
People
it's
destroy-
unfortunate. It's
I know.
yeah, it's just frustrating, but yeah, that's the
know.
reason why. Yeah, but thank you for being here.
Okay, thank you,
Yep.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Comments from the council, Commissioner Decker.
Thank you, Mayor. This month is one of those that we have 5 Tuesdays, so it's going to be 3 weeks before our next meeting. And our next meeting will come after 4th of July, so, oh, yes, I'll get there. I always save that to last.
No
Thank
problem.
you. I'm really looking forward to the Red, White, and Boom. It's always awesome, and this year, it's just going to be incredible. So just really looking forward to it. I do want to, I always give a shout out, but man, our city crews did a great job during the storm. I was talking with the superintendent of Public Works, Brett, during the storm, like right after, and crews were already out. They were busy for quite a while after that. I keep an eye still on the calls that the fire department received, and I believe, if I'm right, Bobby, in that shift, close to 60 or over 60 incidents, and that is an incredibly busy shift. I'm sure the police were busy as well. I just really feel fortunate that we live in a town that I know our employees at times like that see it as their not just responsibility, but it's their town, and they want to make sure that it's as safe as possible. So just really appreciate all the effort that they have shown. And finally, with that, I still get to it, Mayor, but we will have a storm brush cleanup, and it is scheduled it's officially for next week, correct,
Next
Mayor?
week, yep.
It'll be on
Along
your
the garbage routes.
yeah, on your normal garbage routes, bring the storm debris to the curb, and our crews will come by and pick it up. Depending on how much there is, let's say your garbage route's on Wednesday, if they don't pick it up on Wednesday, just hold tight, because that will be the plan to go on your normally scheduled garbage day, but if they get behind, then they'll go after. But I appreciate the support for that. Actually, the mayor sent me a message about it, and it's always good to be able to do things like that. So looking forward to it. And finally, Mayor, Mr. Mayor, I move that a closed meeting or session of the City Council be held at the conclusion of this regular meeting to discuss the following matter or matters according to exceptions provided in the Open Meetings Act and specified as follows. Section 2C5, the purchase or lease of real property for the use of public body, including meetings held for the purposes of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired. Section 2C6, the setting of a price for sale or lease of property owned by the public body. Section 2C11, litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before a court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed meeting.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Mingus. Any discussion? Roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill? Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you, motion carried.
That is all I have, Mayor.
Can I ask
Thank you.
a clarifying question? For the storm debris, Commissioner, is there a size limit? to-
No. We talked about that, and we did not put a parameters on it. However, I'll give authority to our foreman and our superintendent if they feel that it is being abused by somebody, that it's not just storm debris, and they can tell that based on the, sometimes they can tell. But I'll leave it up to them. And like I said, they have a desire to help everybody clean up, so they'll pick it up as long as they feel that it's not being abused.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I had a neighbor that had mature, big branches come down.
I've got a tree down.
Yeah,
It's
big.
dead. I mean, it's a dead tree, but it's.
Sure.
I'll cut it up.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is as long as, they are cut up. Our guys can't be out with chainsaws cutting them up for them, but certainly they'll have tractors and everything to pick it up and
Thank
haul
you.
it away.
Thank you. Commissioner Hill?
One thing for me, if you're not coming out on Friday night from 4 to 7, you're missing out. There's a lot of good new vendors, and that will go on again. I'm talking about the farmers market out here in the Levy Park. So this would be a great place for leather workers to, to get a booth and come on.
That's where my daughter-in-law came, and she now has a store in Northwoods Mall.
There you go.
Cool.
So that's a success story.
It's long, sometimes it's a stepping stone starting for many people from seasoning. And what I'm seeing on the application, some of the vendors are coming in 1 or 2 times. I just saw one that came across. One time they're going to be here. So you got to come every week. You don't know what to expect. There's vendor highlights on our website, so you can look at some of them that are coming or gone, and also look to there to find out when the farmers do start coming in, what they're expecting to bring. So if you're not coming down, you're missing out. 4 to 7 in the Levy Park. That's it.
Very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Sutherland?
Yes, I got 3 or 4 things I want to ask questions about and/or make a statement about. And first off, what to do with the brush pickup, the fatter end goes toward the street.
Yes, sir.
They won't, they'll bypass it if you put the tip of the branch toward the street, so the fat end goes toward the street. I've been, since I've been here 6.5, 7 years, probably every year, somebody hits those telephone poles in the 400 block of East Washington Street. And I'm hoping that we're in negotiations with SoCo about when and if they have to replace a pole, that those poles get moved from the curb to the back side of the sidewalk. And I know that they're saying, well, you have to take all the wires down, you have to do this. That's not necessarily true. If you have a cantilever pole and you put the pole 6 feet away and you cantilever over and just pick up the same wad of wires in exactly the same way that they were, I'm sure that that is very possible. We can put a man on the moon, for God's sakes. We can cantilever half a dozen wires 6 feet.
We have tried to get them to move, Commissioner. I don't know how long it's been, but I know Szymanski would have conversations.
Several times we've
Yeah.
had that.
But now that the street is newer,
Right.
people are picking up speed, and somebody's gonna whack them. And I just don't want the pole to be put back in the same place.
Right.
So I think we need to get that discussion started early.
Did somebody hit one?
Well,
Or
sure
just
they
hit
do.
the
If they
mirror?
lose their
Well,
mirror, yeah.
The mirror, that's just,
Well, no, so far it's just mirrors.
okay, I just thought I might have missed something.
The next thing is, I know that we're talking contracts and stuff right now. I really think that we need to be talking, bringing the explorers back in the fire department and the police department, whatever they're called. Because I would like to grab a young man or young woman's interest when they're in high school and start them with ride-alongs and education and see if this is the direction they want to go. Because as far as I'm aware, it's no longer in existence. And now look at, we're having problems with people power. So I would like to try to put it back in existence and see if that helps address some of the people power. Mike is done.
You got an issue with your mic there, Mike. Looks like you're losing your little tip.
You know what? Mine, you guys gave me the old ones. You guys all got
No,
new
we
ones.
didn't give you anything. We haven't touched your equipment.
He does have,
So I do, mine's an antique like me, so.
All right, thank you, Commissioner Mingus.
I was just going to echo what Commissioner Decker said with our public, both fire department, police department, public works. I know, I mean, I was like probably a few guys up here following along on the radio and on my phone, and it was nonstop calls for the fire department, and I know they were really busy. I'm sure public works with all the trees down, power wires down. So just wanted to commend them, tell them good job, and it's important to recognize that.
Yep. Thank you, Commissioner, and I echo those comments. It was a busy, busy night. I'm going to give a shout out to a lot of people, police, fire, public works. Jeff is here tonight, Eastport Marina. The staff down there, the marina sustained heavy damage with the winds, and some of the slip renters, the boat owners, arrived on scene to help out. But I know staff was busy come Friday, very busy to get that back in the operational mode as quickly as possible. But I also want to give Ameren a lot of credit. There's a lot of criticism out there, and I get when people are out of power, it's frustrating. We've been there. We're without power in our neighborhood, and it's frustrating. People are so used to having that luxury. It is a luxury. But I will say Ameren was dealing with power outages that happened the previous day in other areas that were affected, and there's so many linemen to go around. Well, they actually brought crews in from other companies from out of state. And I think personally they did a very tremendous job. I know we got phone calls of people that were frustrated, didn't feel like Ameren was being transparent. They had everybody out there working through the night, multiple days. Matter of fact, we just had all of our residents, the last of them, I think their power was restored yesterday. That's how long it took. I don't think people understood the magnitude of that wind damage. To the chief's point, Chief and I were this close from activating the EOC because we're having such a hard time keeping up with the calls for service. And luckily, we got through the night and the next few days. But I bring this up because they're predicting some even more severe weather for our area tomorrow. So just know going into that, everybody's going to do everything they can within their power with the resources that we have available to mitigate those type of issues. And I just want to commend everybody for the job they did because it was working through the night nonstop for everybody. So I appreciate the effort. And with that, I'd seek a motion to adjourn the regular meeting.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn until Tuesday evening, July 7th, 2026, at 6 p.m.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Commissioner Decker. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Decker?
Aye.
Hill?
Aye.
Mingus?
Aye.
Sutherland?
Aye.
Mayor Call?
Aye.
All present voting, aye, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're adjourned until we meet again. We'll recess back.